The collapse of the US. Not inevitable, but closer than we think. Empires rarely fall in a single moment. They unravel over time, through political missteps, economic hubris, and a refusal to adapt. Today, under President Donald Trump's second administration, the United States faces mounting risks that threaten its global economic leadership. During his first term, Trump added an unprecedented $7.8 trillion to the national debt, more than any president in history. Now, in 2025, the situation is worse. Debt has surpassed 120% of GDP, and interest payments alone exceed $1 billion per day. Yet instead of restraint, the same policies continue. Tax cuts, unchecked spending, and rising deficits. The debt spiral is tightening, and investor confidence is fading. Trade wars are back. Tariffs now target China, the EU, Canada, and other allies. Trump has floated rates as high as 25%, though no one really knows where this ends. Once again, US farmers and manufacturers are under pressure, but unlike in 2018, the government may no longer be able to afford massive bailouts. Inflation is rising. Global demand is shifting elsewhere. Meanwhile, the world is moving on. China is deepening ties through the Belt and Road. The BRICS alliance is building currency alternatives. Saudi Arabia is now accepting oil payments in yuan. Even Europe is recalibrating, signing new trade agreements and reducing reliance on the dollar. We're entering a multipolar world, and America is losing its place at the center. What happens if the dollar loses its status as the world's reserve currency? Imported goods will become unaffordable. Interest rates will surge. Markets will panic, and the US government may be forced to print money, pushing inflation out of control. Empires fall not through war, but through lost trust. This is no longer just an American crisis. The ripple effects will be global. Europe must step up. So must every country and company that still relies on the dollar. As the founder of a global hosting and streaming company, we are already considering relocation to Europe. And once EU-USD parity is reached, we will shift pricing to euros, a move towards stability and resilience. Empires don't fall overnight, but they do fall. And the United States may be closer to that reckoning than it wants to admit.